So hello everybody and good early morning from Sarawak from Borneo. We are right now going live, and yeah, even Arianespace and even also from the no commentary stream as well from the international rocket launches also already going up and running. So why not? It's pretty good, and we can just go straight forward, directly go live instead, shall we? We are not going to waste too much time, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, maybe give me a little bit of time. Okay, it's not going to be that long, I promise. Okay, and that's basically it that we can cover as well. All right. So yeah, thank you so much for your patience, even though it takes a bit of time, but I hope you can understand this. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. That's it. Perfect. This is just nice. So I guess we can directly go straight to the live, but please keep this in mind. This is basically going to be a little bit chill stream here and there, but you get the point, you get the gist. I'm going to go straight up right now, shall we? So let's not waste too much time, and let's go. So hello everybody, and good early morning from Sarawak from Borneo. I'm Daniel Suguwa, your host today for us to witness and watch the launch of the Arianespace's Ariane 62 Block 1 rocket that will be carrying the EUMETSATs, which basically you already know. That's basically just a short name for the European Meteorological Satellite. Okay, EUMETSAT's MTG-I2. Okay, in case you don't know, MTG actually stands for Meteosat Third Generation. I is actually stands for the imager. So yeah, that's basically it. So Meteosat Third Generation Imager 2. So this is basically going to be the third satellites out of the Meteosat Third Generation satellite series that will they're basically launch all of this. So that's basically going to be it. And yeah, that's also going to be nice as well as time goes by. We are going to see that soon. So yeah, feel we are going to see that launch, and this will actually in a whole going to complete the whole cycle of the Meteosat third generations lineup. So we are going to see that soon. But yeah, while we are on it, why not we just straight up go to the live, shall we? And yes, in case in case you don't know, I've already put the live chat. Okay, so that should actually be much more helpful, so you know who's chatting who and whatnot, because most of the conversation, even though it happens, unfortunately, as you also can see, sometimes it just didn't display far beyond of certain stuff here and there. So now I'm making it much more simpler for us to do it. Okay. Okay. And I think, yeah, maybe maybe I can also open up the commentary sound here.
But also a very important launch today for
Okay.
Ariane 6, the fourth one
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah,
So
for sure. You know, with
hopefully
this
this is
launch, we
okay.
confirm the
Can hear.
excellent ramp-up of Ariane 6. But
Mm.
beyond that, we demonstrate the very high
Okay.
versatility of this launcher. Basically, with
And
Ariane
another
6, we
one
can
is
deliver
from
any
the
mission from
from
low Earth
the
orbit,
international
telecommunication
rocket launches. This one
station,
is the
science,
no
observation,
commentary
and of
stream.
course, as we'll do
Yeah,
today,
this one is
geostationary
practically
missions.
Indeed. David, thank you very much
practically
indeed.
no
Best of
filler,
luck
so
to all
pretty
of
good.
you and the teams. Thank you, David Caballotes. So we can see there Ariane
Okay.
6 standing tall
Oh,
on her pad, looking
nice.
rather beautiful in the evening
Synchronized.
sun
I like
here
this.
at the Guyana Space
Look at this.
Center with some
Very
nice fluffed
synchronized.
clouds behind. So hopefully we should get a good view
And
of
yeah,
liftoff, which
I
is
can give you a little bit
scheduled
of quick
in
rundown. So
18
I'm going to
minutes
tell you
and
something.
35 seconds.
All of the rocket
Countdown on the
rocket
top right
stages
of your screen.
except
What
the
happens
strap-on
after that, Sam?
solid rocket boosters,
So we'll
it
lift off
uses the
towards east, as we
Hydrolox
were
propellant,
mentioning. We are
which is
targeting
the
the geostationary transfer orbit that is in
okay,
the
which is
orbital
the
plane.
liquid
Will be
oxygen as
propelled by
the
the main
oxidizer
stage
and
engine
the
at the center and the two
liquid
boosters on
hydrogen
the
as the
side.
propellant,
And then the
as the
boosters
fuel
will be
itself. Okay,
separated after 2
and this
minutes
is,
and
as you
15
can see
seconds, as shown on the animation here. And then
from the animation, especially what's
77 seconds later, we'll
going to
have
be
the
the
fairing
flight
separation
trajectory
as
for
the
today.
launcher will be
You can
out
see there.
of the atmosphere.
I'll let
And
them
after
explain.
7 minutes and 43 seconds, the main stage will have finished its job, so we'll shut down the Vulcan engine, and then we'll separate the main stage. Then 8 seconds later, we'll fire the upper stage engine, which is called Vinci engine, and it will burn for almost 14 minutes. And this is the step that will put us into the requested transfer orbit towards the geostationary orbit. Then we'll have Vinci shut down at the end of the boost. And after that, we'll have a number of maneuvers to spin down the launcher first and then to orient it towards the right direction. All of these careful steps are necessary then to our passenger MTG-I2 as shown on screen here. Later, the last step of our maneuver, this is to decrease the launcher altitude and hence in orbit.
And once MTG-I2 is released,
Oh, so I can say the stream on Arianespace's side doesn't look very good. So unfortunately,
we've had unprecedented heat waves.
this is not the base, not the best that we can get.
Increasingly extreme weather, so
Ooh.
that there's never
Oh,
been
that's
more
not.
critical time to improve the accuracy
Oh, that's not very, very
of
good.
climate
Okay.
predictions.
You know what? Maybe as a safety, we are going to close down the sound because it's just unbearable to hear. Okay, so very good conscious here. So, so so I guess it's also probably better to explain just a little bit. Here you can see. Yeah. Hello, Starship. What's up? Okay. I hope. Okay. Okay. So it doesn't put it there inside the chat box. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold for a second. I need to figure this out. Why does it not put it there? Okay. Yeah, unfortunately I need some ways. Yeah. Hold on. But anyhow, hello Starship. It's nice to see you again. And yeah, it's basically nice as well. Because we are looking at the Ariane 62 rocket configuration flying again for today. Yeah. That's really nice. Ooh, and also I'm still figuring this out. What's even happening right now with my with the chat box here? Maybe there's something that I can do in the meantime. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think, unfortunately, it's not something that I can control much on the live chat. But anyhow, I mean on the live chat box, the top chat one. But anyhow, hello again, Starship. Yeah, I forgot to take this take this into account. Anyhow, maybe there's something that I can do in the meantime. What should I do? Maybe there's something I can also done in the meantime. Yeah, so looks like I forgot to take this into account. Wow. Oh, okay. So I know what should I do. Okay, so hold on for a second. I figured this out. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I forgot. I did actually have some of the control. Ha 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 ha. Okay. How about I just activate the top goes to 0? Yes. 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 So hold on for a second. I can still do this. Yes. Nice. Now you can see again. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm still learning a new things here and there. So yeah, it, I hope it felt nice to you that I've already do this kind of stuff. Ah. Bam! That's a magic for you. So yeah, looks like I have the option next time. So yeah, Starship. Hello again. And what's up? I'm very good. And so far, even from the situation that you saw earlier on, I did not take that into account. I should have already used that live chat button, but oh well, I'm quite dumb. But anyhow, we have already done it again. So let's move on with good one. So anyhow, while I'm still dealing with the while I'm dealing with the all of the weird technical problem. Okay, so this is the Ariane 6. I can give you a little bit of how do I even say quick rundown because I don't want to waste too much time yapping like crazy. So the only best thing that I can tell you by now is that the specific Ariane 6 that we are looking at is the Ariane 6 62 rocket variant. This one is the block 1, not the block 2. The block 2 and block 1, there are differences between, there are just one minor but very substantial differences between these two, but I will explain later. But basically, in the nutshell, every rocket stages except the strap-on solid rocket boosters, it uses the hydrolox propellant, which the liquid oxygen is the oxidizer and the liquid hydrogen is the fuel for the rocket stages. Okay, and on the first stage rocket, it's actually powered by the Vulcan 2.1, and as you can see, it's still gimballing, testing out in case any problems arises. And if you can see from the liquid oxygen or liquid hydrogen venting out as the vapor there, that one is actually quite straightforward. That this one is a gas generator open cycle rocket engine, where basically what it does is in the nutshell, each of the, you can say it's not each of it, but small portion of the liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, when it's burned inside the pre it's actually burned first inside the preburner chamber, where it's used to move the turbine. Okay, move the turbine to move the propellant line of the oxidizer and the fuel, moving most of it a big majority, most of it move inside the combustion chamber and then expel out through the rocket nozzle itself using the bell-shaped nozzle, also known as the D-level nozzle. But small portion of it as well. It can be either the oxygen or the liquid oxygen or the liquid hydrogen, depending on what design they are using. But we are not going to be very too technical about this one, but about the technicality. But basically, some of it were also being pushed inside the cooling wall jacket there, basically looping around the rocket nozzle to cool it down. So to cool it slash chill it down, in case you're wondering where the word chill actually came from, also part of the jargon for the cool. Okay, that one is that they want to ensure that when the rocket engines ignite, it's not going to melt by itself, and the rocket engines can operate for pretty long time until its job's done. Or let's say, for example, if you want to use a rocket like SpaceX, Blue Origin, even in Task, CASC, and also Landspace do this day and age, you might as well also want to do it for one more time as well for the ignition of the rocket engine. So basically, that's how it works. Okay, but that's basically pretty much covering in for the first stage. And for the second stage, which is the upper stage, is the Vinci rocket engines. Rocket engine stages, as you can see from the zoom close shot on the upper part there before it's moving through this section. Or maybe we still can. Oh, okay, we still have there. Okay, so basically, it's also powered similarly by the same type of propellant, but there is one minor differences. It uses the Vinci rocket engines, and that Vinci rocket engines, it uses the expander bleed closed cycle rocket engine. So basically, how it works is it's pretty much similar to the gas generator cycle. But in the case of gas generator cycle, like I tried to mention but I forgot to mention this one, is that after all of the operations work, most of it, this small propellant portion that's already burned inside the pre-burner chamber, it's basically expelled out. It's no longer used again. So there's some thrust efficiency waste there, even though you technically there are some kinds of innovation this day and age that basically move it pretty kind of close with the closed loop cycle, but not as efficient as the typical closed loop cycle, like the expander bleed cycle, full flow stage combustion cycle, whatnot. Okay, and with the expander bleed cycle, it's basically the operationally wise, it's similar to that, to the gas generator cycle, but the differences is that it has its own dedicated if I remember, there's also dedicated pre-burner chamber for, or similarly like a gas generator cycle, it still has its own pre-burner chamber. But yeah, but most of this waste heat not only being used to move the turbine as well, but also being injected back inside the combustion chamber. Okay, 5 minutes. So that's pretty late, huh? Wow, that's pretty late. Okay, and that's basically the kinds of stuff that I want to cover about the brief differences between the gas generator cycle and the expander bleed cycle without overcomplicating everything else. But that's basically it. And yeah, and for the strap-on solar rocket boosters, so this one is actually quite early, so I'm going to bring it here instead. okay, because international rocket launches managed to get these 20 plus around 20 seconds earlier than the Arianespace stream, so we are going to use this instead. Okay, and yeah, and also for the strap-on solid rocket boosters, that one does not need kind of introduction, but for some brief stuff that you need to know is that it uses the solid rocket propellant there, which basically a mixture pretty much hardened glued up together of between the aluminum powder, ammonium perchlorate, and also the fuel choice either can fuel, and also the binder glue stuff either can be HTPP, which is the hydroxy terminated polybutadiene, or the PBEN, the polybutadiene acrylene nitride. That's a bit mouthful for me to pronounce. Yeah, it can be either this, and then when it's mixed together with some kinds of portions, there's where the solar rocket boosters will ignite. But once it ignites, it cannot shut down. It's basically going to burn up until lasting like until it's pre-designated burn time. So that's basically it. So it's quite early for you, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately, it's quite early for me. It's almost 4:09 a.m. here in Sarawak, in Borneo. It's pretty early morning. It's 28 August 2026 on Friday. Yeah. So that's why if you hear me a little bit incoherent stuff here and there, that's basically because of why. But I tried my best, and also something else behind the scene that literally requires me to intervene right away. So added with that, and I got tired pretty fast. But yeah, I still try my best. Unfortunately, this is not a 1 hour stream, so I can do. I can keep stretching myself, and then once everything else like this finish, I'm going to put in the description about launch T minus 10 seconds, and then launch, and then later on with the timestamp where with the MTG-I2 separation, and then that's basically it. I'm going to sleep like a log after that. Yeah. So that's basically it about, and also behind the scenes, like I said, it's pretty complicated story. And yeah, okay, get ready in T minus 1 minute, 60 seconds before liftoff. So yeah. Okay, so let's hear the rumble of the sounds of the rocket engines that will be igniting soon. And yeah, the payload involved in this flight is the Meteosat Third Generation Imaging 2, which will complete the initial batch of the MTG. So we are getting ready in T minus 20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Okay, so we'll let you hear the countdown. Enjoy, everybody.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Vulcan 2.1, main engine ignition, SRB ignition, and launch clamps release and liftoff from the Guyana Space Center, from the Kourou, French Guyana. We have liftoff. And here you can see the rumbling of the rocket of the Ariane 62 blazing to the sky, and this is the view captured by the optical tracking camera view there, and you can see there. Look at that actually streaking around the sky. All right. And
paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
and as you can see, the reason why there's lots of smokes and stuff here and there trailing on the rocket itself. Practically, it's pretty simple. Basically, it's because as a result of the burning and also the resulting of the solid particulates. Okay, so that's
La
why.
propulsion est
And
nominale.
try not to forget this. Every time it's actually pushes out from the rocket nozzles there, we are practically talking about hypersonic speed. Okay, try imaging it's like the Mach 10, 12 kind of speed velocities there. So yeah, it's
Tous
really
les
really
paramètres à
speedy.
bord sont nominaux.
And yeah, another view there, another time and good time. T plus 1 minutes and 40 seconds into the flight, and stand by as the SRB will be trailing off and burn out.
La
This
propulsion
is where
la propulsion est nominale.
this is pretty important phrases as well, because if the if the SRBs did not
Début de queue de poussée ESR.
properly trail off and then suddenly it explodes, the entire whole flight will be in jeopardy. But otherwise, we are still in good condition for the SRB separation. Oh yes, just like you said, Starship, and we have the SRB
Séparation des
side
ESR.
so side booster separation. Here you can see is the SRB, and and in this case of the this SRB, this block one, the original configuration of the Ariane 6 rocket, that one is actually powered by the P1
La propulsion est
120C
nominale.
instead of the block 2 P160C. Okay,
Début du mode barbecue.
so that's basically in case you want to know. And the distance from the Kourou is 129 kilometers, altitude is 93 kilometers, and the velocities is
Les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
1.77 kilometers per second. And as all of the missions is going up and running and getting ready in for the pellet frame separation, and the altitude right now already reaches to the space internationally defined space boundary, 100 kilometers, around
Pilotage
60
calme.
miles. Velocity is 1.9 kilometers per second, and we have pellet frame
Séparation des voiles.
separation. We have pellet frame separation. Here you go on this journey to the on the way to the geostationary transfer orbit initially, before it's finally going to the permanently placed
La
into
propulsion est
the
nominale.
geostationary Earth orbit. And you can see there,
Pilotage calme.
everything is looking pretty fine. T plus 4 minutes and 6 seconds into the flight. Everything is nominal. So yeah, it's still the coverage is still covered by the
Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
Kourou station, ground station, and I believe at this point the Natal tracking station located in Brazil, it should have been tracking anytime, any seconds from now. Yeah, get ready for it. Okay. So yeah, Starship, if you have anything to say, just
Pilotage
say.
calme.
Sorry, just say. Oh, just to make sure I didn't get bored too much, and I hope we have the onboard camera view, preferably, rather than animation solely.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont
T
nominaux.
plus 5 minutes into the flight. Okay, 300 seconds into the flight. And as you can see, the MTG-I2, it's already been exposed into the space environment, pretty harsh. And yeah, when I said it's harsh, it's basically an extreme curveball between these two fluctuation of the temperature, which, try imagine this, not only you're basically dealing with the negative 186 degrees Celsius on the nighttime, but also on the daytime you're also exposed to the similar temperature as well. instead of minus, it's plus. So 186 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it should be kind of like that, around that temperature. So you can see it's practically extremely fluctuating, fluctuating between these two. So yeah, it needs to survive pretty well into the space. Otherwise, especially into the deep space, otherwise it's going to be pretty problematic.
La propulsion est nominale.
But anyhow, it's still looking good.
Pilotage calme.
Okay, everything is fine. Yeah. So anyhow, from what you can see,
Tous les paramètres
another
sont
animation,
nominaux.
and we are getting ready in for the extinction volcano, or Vulcan extinction, or basically just a Vulcan engine cutoff, or much more simpler, we call this Miko, which is the main engine cutoff. We will see that will be happening soon. Main engine cutoff, Miko, followed by the stage separation, and then after that, after that will be the ignition of the Vinci upper stage rocket engine,
Propulsion est nominale.
which basically being called as the, oh yeah, so it's shut off and cost
Fin du mode
for a
barbecue.
little. Yeah. Thanks for correcting me, Starship. Just in case I missed that memo a bit, especially from early on, yeah, things kind of
Tous
a
les
little bit
paramètres à bord sont
fried
nominaux.
my brain. dealing with some stuff behind the scene earlier on, so that's why. But anyhow, thank you, thank you for your correction, Starship. And we are getting ready for the main gen cutoff, and then costing a little bit, and then followed by the second engine start, second stage engine start
Extinction Vulcain.
number one. Okay, and we have the Vulcan extinction, main gen cutoff, Miko, stage separation.
Séparation LLPM.
Okay, it just cost a little bit, and ignition of the Vinci upper stage rocket engine.
Acquisition par la station natale.
Yeah, and in case you want to know why starships also say like that, it's actually pretty simple as well. Why it needs to cost off a little bit before before it can ignite is that you need to remember, once you have already cut off the engines, it's not like fully cut off with no thrust. No, it does have some kinds of
Propulsion est nominale.
thrust residual, which actually, if it's not contained properly, it's going to cause a lots of problem. Especially,
Du mode barbecue.
I can say you don't have to look too far. Just look on the flight. What happened on the, if I remember, on the Falcon 1 flight 2 or flight 3? What happened when it separates way too early and then ignites soon afterward? Basically, when it collides, the result the result is not really good. And by now, there should be the epi epu epu start, which is the auxiliary power unit, should have already called out by then, due to the somehow un, due to somehow pretty, I can say, not something that can be controlled on international rocket launcher site. Yeah, that that channel literally don't have much control, just receiving whatever they can from the Arianespace, especially from the no commentary booth stuff here and there. But anyhow, it's okay. Okay, and Starship says Falcon Heavy Griffin 1 actually can recover the center core because it can carry
Propulsion est
the
nominale.
payload, since it's in range for capacity for recovery for, so all three cores might be recovered. Yeah, I really do hope so, Starship. I really wanna see that will actually happen. I'm very serious. I'm being very serious. I hope that's actually what will happen
Tous les
next.
paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
Because you know why? Because it's a pretty long time since we actually see that kind of three, that all of the three three rock three rocket stage booster literally attempting to recover itself. Yeah, it's already pretty long time. Like, how many years is it? It's already, if I remember correctly, it's 8 years since the first. If I remember, it's been 8 years since the first flight of the Falcon Heavy, and I remember I was very excited at the time. I was
L'orientation est
if
nominale.
and yeah, just to give you a little bit, probably a little bit of context. At the time, I'm
Vol
not yet
confirmé.
in my 20s. Okay, I remember I actually sneakily just wake up a bit from my bed because I don't want to wake up my my parents and also especially anyone in my family.
Fin de
I
visibilité par Galio.
I actually look up on it, and I remember, if I remember at the time, at the
Il
time
reste 10
our
minutes de propulsion Vinci.
at the time, if I remember correctly, we are still using the CRT, whatever is it. Yeah, because at that time we don't see, or or maybe at the time no longer use CRT. At the time we've recently just at the time we already recently move on with the LCD monitor. Yeah, because my parents quite like don't see much value on try upgrading
La
it at
propulsion est
least.
nominale.
But it does not mean CRT is bad. It's just that CRT is just heavy.
Pilotage
Oh
calme.
yeah, Griffin is 6,360 kilograms. Falcon Heavy can carry up to 6,625 kilograms in center core recovery. It's been six to
Trajectoire
seven
nominale.
years since STP2 recovery. I kinda have to go soon. So yeah, yes, Starship. I understand if you really
Il
need to
reste
go
9
soon.
minutes de propulsion
I
Vinci.
I say, um, all I want, all I can say to you is I bid you a bit of farewell, and yeah, take care. Take care. Hopefully we see. Hopefully I can see you soon. Yeah. So that's it. And yeah, sorry if I got a little bit too tangential, but you got a point. So, but yeah, if you still can spare a little bit of time, you still can chat. But if you cannot, but if you cannot, I
Propulsion
cannot
nominale.
blame you at all. It's, I mean, life is life. You cannot control much.
Pilotage calme.
And and yeah, and yeah, creep, and yeah, Starship, because you said like that, so it leaves up a little bit of 200. Let me calculate this. 200 and around 275 kilograms worth of profit should be worth capacity left to try land. Okay, so yeah. All right, bye. Yeah, bye, Starship. Take care and have a great day as well. Yeah. So yeah. Ah, yeah. So basically that's it. We are still waiting in, and yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Acquisition par la station. Ascension.
Okay, and the Ascension Island ground tracking
Le pilotage est
station
calme.
already pick up the signal, and soon enough the Natal ground tracking station will be out of the reach. So from now on, it will have been Ascension that will be handling this stuff. And if you can see from the telemetry curve graph there, especially the altitude kilometers versus the distance. Okay, that one is pretty normal. You can see there's slight dipping, but that's actually pretty normal because this is actually
Changement de
following a
position.
little bit. How do we call this? This is actually following a little bit of the
Le pilotage est
orbit
calme.
orbital law mechanic there, where basically it's basically detecting like if you want the best kind of fuel efficiency before if you want to have the best fuel efficiency while at the same time you can aim for highest possible orbit, you just do this certain stuff here, yada yada, something like that. but But this is one of the rule as well, which actually involving slightly dipping that orbit before it's moving on. So yeah, that's basically it. And it's still igniting. The Vinci upper stage engine they're still igniting. And it's
Fin de visibilité natale.
okay. So Natal ground tracking station no longer tracking it. So now it's only ascension here.
La
Okay.
propulsion est nominale.
Okay. All propulsion is nominal.
Pilotage calme.
Okay.
Le lanceur est orbité.
Mhm. Okay. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. I open up the Discord. Okay. But never mind though. Okay. And after that, there we will see
Tous les paramètres à bord sont
we
nominaux.
will see the end of the Vinci upper stage rocket engine, the end of the first boost, or basically we are going to see the SICO one, which is the second stage engine cutoff number one. And then there's going to be a little bit of the ballistic coast phase flight, okay, which basically means that all of the Vinci upper stage rocket engines will not ignite for quite some time. Just let it resting a bit. Remove not only the thrust residual,
La
but
propulsion est
but
nominale.
yeah, thrust even that thrust residual is not that
Pilotage calme.
worse in comparison to say like solid rocket boosters. Yeah, but it's going to rest a bit because what it's going to do is that it's going to try to precisely inject it into the proper orbit alignment as well. So that's why it needs that kind
Tous
of
les
stuff.
paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
And anyhow, the velocity right now is already almost 7.9 kilometers per second. Altitude is 220 kilometers. And yeah, it's already reaches the orbital velocity. So we will. So yeah, this is no longer a worry. But however, what's the worry about is the whether or not the rocket engines can precisely shut down according to its orbital specification, so the mission can be done pretty well. And that one will be costing a bit, if I remember, around 10 plus minutes eventually the eventually the MTG I2, the Meteosat Third Generation Imager 2, finally can be separated out here and there. So that's basically how the missions looks like.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
Okay, and the mission is still going well. Okay, and everything is looking okay. T plus 90 minutes into the flight. All basically it's around 11 1160 seconds into the flight. Sorry, 1140 seconds into the flight. Correction. Yeah, correction. Because the calculation will not make any sense in that case.
La propulsion est nominale.
And soon enough we will see that there will be cut off. And yeah, in case you want to know, the MTG-I2, okay, there's actually differences between the I, the imager, and the S sounding. As it has its own kind of payload, and the same can be said with the imager. But imager is basically
Position
more
station Libreville.
focusing on imaging stuff. Sounder is basically like, try imagine it's more advanced and more equipped some certain stuff in comparison to the imager, but these two still complements together. So that's basically here and there in the nutshell. Okay, and soon enough we will see that it's not going to happen too long. Okay, so we can relax and chill a bit here and there. And yeah, And also because this is kind of early morning, so my brain is kind of foggy and also whatnot, and also because I have something to do behind the scene before the streams, so I'm kind of stressing situation in the a little bit stressing situation that
La
requires my
propulsion nominale.
attention, that I didn't have much time to sleep or even nap before
Fin
stream.
du mode barbecue.
Okay, so the barbecue mode is activated for the rocket itself. That one is basically to give a little bit even much more evenly cooling between the rocket prop between the rocket stages and also the satellites,
Les
so
paramètres
it's
à bord
not
sont
going to
nominaux.
be overheating on each facing side. So that's basically why the
Fin de
barbecue
visibilité dans la station. Ascension.
maneuver is pretty important as well. Just like the barbecue name, you don't need much introduction, but it's basically like slide rolling here and there. It can be either rolling
Extraction
to the left side or maybe even the right side, kind of like that. Get ready in for the okay,
La propulsion est nominale.
and we have the second stage engine cutoff number 1 already confirmed, which is the end of marking the end of the first boost of
Le
the
pilotage est calme.
Vinci upstage rocket engine. So that's basically it. And we are currently chilling right now, just waiting a little bit. T plus 10 plus minutes into the flight. So we shall be back soon. So don't worry, we'll be back. So enjoy everybody with the music, shall we? So yeah, thank you so much, and we'll be back. And sorry, I cannot add too much of the, I cannot add too much value of this stream. And just like you heard previously, it's kind of a little bit stressing behind the scene. Something requires my attention, so it leaves me a little bit time, even less time to prepare and also to take a nap slash sleep.
Le pilotage est calme.
So yeah, after the stream, after everything's done, and also already comment whatever inside of it, yada yada stuff, then I'm going to sleep like a log. So
La trajectoire est
so
nominale.
yeah, we shall see that. Yeah.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont
So
nominaux.
anyhow, just enjoy the music and we'll be right back soon. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back.
To chat with us. Christian, it's a very important satellite, isn't it? And understanding how the weather and climate are changing are very important. MTG-I2 are going to help us with that.
Absolutely. We're very happy that we can now complete the MTG family with this third satellite, 2 already flying, as Graham just before me mentioned. And the complement of the 3 satellites will provide us with all the necessary information that we can use, on the one hand, to monitor shortly. Of the 3 satellites will provide us with all the necessary information that we can use, on the one hand, to monitor shortly, also in the long run, the climate evolution.
And what's so special about this particular
satellite? Adds one very important capability to the whole set.
Oh, that's not good. Never mind. I'll just use this. At least this have much better coverage and less prone to with sound crackling, and also with the mosquito type of low quality sound. So yeah, we'll be back.
La propulsion est nominale. Pilotage calme. propulsion est nominale. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. La propulsion est nominale. Fin du mode barbecue. Début de la manœuvre d'orientation au profit de la séparation MTG-I2. La propulsion est nominale. Fin de visibilité par la station Libreville. pilotage est calme, tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. Mise en configuration du lanceur en vue de la séparation MTG-I2.
Okay, so after some kinds of rotation and then finally flip over maneuver, so this is what we can see, and we are getting ready for the MTG-I2 separation. We will see that soon. And yeah, I can end the music, and we can also end the rest stuff. So pretty good. So we are back again. Yeah. So here we can get ready for the MTG-I2 separation. Let's be prepared. Any seconds from now. Okay, looks like there's also going to be the extinction APU, which is the auxiliary power unit that's basically providing the it's providing the necessary power for the not only for the upstage but also to the engine itself, and also to heat up the rocket engine. For the rocket propellant in case it needed to. But anyhow, there's also could be overlapping mission as well where the APU will be turned off, but at the same time going to be the MTG-I2 separation. We will see that soon for the Meteosat Third Generation Imaging 2 separation. We will see that soon.
Le pilotage est calme.
Get ready. Here we go. Any seconds from now. And as you can see, the altitude is 2,700 kilometers plus into the flight. Velocity is 7.86 kilometers per second. And the distance from the crew is 12,594 kilometers. And yeah, looks like they have already... Okay, here we go. Get ready. That's why I said it's overlapping. Kind of overlapping. And
Séparation MTG-I2.
And we have separation of the Meteosat Third Generation Imaging 2, which right now, with this completion, it's already done its job pretty well, and that's basically it. It's already done its initial first batch of the Meteosat Third Generation for the mission, and as well. And this one will also going to improve for now casting weather there, and also another element as well, pretty important. So that's basically it. So we have already completed the mission, and yeah, the rest.
Confirmation de la bonne séparation de MTG-I2.
Yeah, and also for the rest of the missions, but we are not going to see anytime soon. It will be it would be the disposal slash entry re-entry burn back to Earth, where it's going to be renters back into the ne- into the Nemo point. I don't know, point of Nemo. Yeah, which is basically there's no life surrounding, and no civilization surrounding the certain places, especially with the vast ocean out there, pretty vast. So that's going to be very important as well. This one right now is due to the successful mission there, so which means it's now already on the way to the geostationary transfer orbit. So congratulations to the EUMETSAT and also to the Arianespace for the successful launch and also deployment of the MTG-I2. So we have already done it. And also forgot to mention, unfortunately, the Block 3, especially the upgrade for the Icarus up upstage block upgrade there, it was in few days ago. It was announced as cancelled. So unfortunately, we are not going to see that's going to happen anytime soon. So we are practically only stuck with the block 2, because from what I also heard is that because the capabilities that the block 2 offer is practically similar to what the what the what the used to plan Icarus upgrade used to be, but eventually they decided no longer needed. So instead of using the typical stainless, basically a lightweight stainless steel kind of build with the current upper stage there, it's basically replaces with the CFRP, which is the carbon fiber reinforced polymer. So that's basically it. How's the missions looking? Yeah, it should have been like that, but well, alas, it did not happen. And that's basically the mission in the nutshell. And this is the animation. Okay, and you can see from the mission control room there, you can see the smiling and cheering from the mission control back there, from the Guyana Space Center. I believe this is what we call the Jupiter mission control room. Yeah. So you can see there, pretty smiling face there, pretty happy and whatnot. And yeah, technically I can also make decision to stay put here, but I don't think I can keep too much longer, because otherwise I would have severe deficient of sleep. So probably it's good for us to end this stream here. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching. Yeah, so unfortunately I'm very sorry we have to end this stream. And yeah, looks like I need to change the wallpaper. Maybe what's another one that could be very suitable? Yeah, I need to look at the images. Maybe something like this. Oh, okay. Don't put me behind. Okay, relax. Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can just keep wallpaper like this. Just turn off the default, and I can just move the live chat, both of the live chat box here and there. Yes. See, we can make much better decision like this. Okay, here in the first place. Yeah. So it's basically it. This is the best that I can come up with. So yeah, very good. Yeah, and also there's some speech behind there in this scene. Here you can see. But I don't think I would like to focus too much there because I do really need a very good sleep there. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Dennis Suguwa, your host today for the launch of the Arianespace's Ariane 62 Block 1 rocket carrying the EUMETSAT's MTG-I2, okay, the Meteosat Third Generation Imaging 2, which finally with this launch already completed the initial batches of this Meteosat Third Generation. So already completed, and that's a very good thing we want to know. So thank you so much everybody for watching. And yeah, it's basically less than 6 minutes before 5 a.m. here in Sarawak in Borneo. Yeah, on 28th August 2026 on Friday. Yeah, we are basically 8 hours ahead of the universal time coordinate, or if we calculate the British summer time, we are practically 7 hours ahead of that BST. So thank you so much everybody for watching. Take care and stay safe. I'm going to put in the comment section where the timeline, the T-minus 10 seconds and launch, and then followed by the pilot separation. And that's basically it. I'm going to sleep like a log. So thank you so much everybody for watching. Take care and stay safe. We will see you soon on. If you actually watch from my channel, you might know it, but we are going to see you soon on the launch of the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, launching on boarding the Falcon SpaceX's Falcon Heavy. We will see that soon. And also, why I'm very hyped of it is that this is one of the rocket I can say genuinely not. It's not. It's not as overrated as the Falcon 9, even though it's basically a Falcon 9 with two rocket stages bolted upon side by side. But hey, it's actually still way better than constantly have to watch Falcon 9 and then people get tired to it, and even myself included. But hey, it's all good. Thank you so much everybody for watching. Take care and stay safe. We will see you soon. Bye bye. And yeah, that's it. We have already ended it, and nothing much else you need to know. Okay, so that's it. Take care, stay safe, and I need to get some rest pretty real. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye bye, and take care.